Welcome back to the Common Guru. I'm Jax, and today we're going to take a look at the next question in our New Year, New Way series. Does your presence have a negative influence on others? Yes. Let's talk about that for a minute. My ex-husband had a grandmother who I'm sure meant well, but she was a pill. And I don't usually say negative things about people, but she went out of her way to be negative. She would say to people the most crass, harsh things and just be indignant when people would respond to her in a negative manner or have some kind of emotional response at all to what she said, because she said, well, I'm just speaking the truth. And the saddest part that I found about that is that she didn't realize that her truth speaking actually pushed her family away from her. She was all prickles and stings. There was no way of getting close to her because she would just, like a snake, she would just snap and attack and say these harsh things. And her family loved her for their position of being a mother and out of being respectful, but loved her as a person? Not so much. So it made me think about that. Do I have a negative influence on other people, or does my presence have a negative influence? And I thought about speaking the truth, and when I thought about her, and I thought, speaking the truth is a fine line, because there are times when people need to hear the truth. But I believe it's our approach and what the motive is behind it that really makes it that it resonates with the person or not. So let's talk about this for a second. Okay. I have a friend of mine, actually a couple ladies that I've known, who have come from a position of knowledge. They've been studying healing arts for a long time, or even I've had people in the organized religion route too that have been studying the Bible for a long time, and somehow they equate knowledge with the truth. And I've heard that many times in different faiths. Well, we have the truth. Well, we have the truth. Well, actually, what you have is knowledge about a certain doctrine or philosophy or modality. It's not the truth. And I know that this may not sound really good to other people and it may cause a bit of an alarm, but let's explain that for a minute. How does it become the truth? So when I was one of these people. So I'm talking from personal experience here, where I would come in contact with someone in both when I was in organized religion and now that I'm not. I've come to people in my understanding and they have something going on in their life and I tell them exactly how it is. And I tell them exactly what's wrong and I tell them what they need to do. And that's the truth. First of all, that's my perception of what they need to do. Okay, and it still may be what needs to be done. It still may be the truth of the situation. But the issue is that truth is supposed to be spoken in love. It's not to be hammered over the head or come from a haughty, I've just come down from the mountain and let me deign you with my presence and my knowledge. If you see people that actually know the truth about the world and the truth about themselves, they're humble, loving people. People have a lot of head knowledge and know all about doctrine and dogma and all the philosophy behind it. They may have the knowledge behind it, but they don't know the truth, because truth is something, in my mind, that you experience within yourself and it humbles you. When you see the truth about yourself, someone could say to you that you're a liar. And they could say that to you and you can go, well, I can say I'm a liar. Hi, I'm Jacqueline, I'm a liar. But when you sit and you absorb it and you actually own it and you know that it's the truth about yourself, there comes a change within you that you can relate to people and you become one with that person, and you don't want to sit there and hammer them over the head with what your version of the truth is. This was a huge lesson for me, which I'm still in the process of understanding, that if you want to exhibit the truth and you want to help people with the truth, it comes in a point of being harmless and one from personal perspective and walking your talk, not something you read in a book or listened to a speaker. because then that's just knowledge. And what it does is bang, it hits people on the head. So what happens when we have people that come to us, or I was one of those people that just had to be truth vomiters, that you just vomited the truth about your version of what the truth was to people. And then it's like, well, it's not my fault that they can't take the truth. And that's what my ex's grandma was like. She didn't care how people responded to the truth because it was the truth. Well, I believe we are responsible for the reaction to other people, but to a point. If you come from a position of high and mightiness, haughtiness, that you're better than that person, that you're basically all that in a bag of chips, and you have something that you really want to impart of great knowledge to them, and they don't respond well to you, take a look first of all at your approach. How did you come across to them? They could be responding to your approach and not to the message. And if they're responding to your approach, that's on you. 100% on you. Because it did not get taken with love. If they respond to the message and they're upset with the message, then that's on them, because that's something that they need to learn. I had a good friend of mine that used to just say whatever she said because, you know what? She didn't take any responsibility for the other person and how they reacted to what she said because it was just the truth. And I went, whoa, 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 just a minute there. If you're being a first-class witch, I'm not going to use the actual word, and that you're coming across from this harsh attitude, or you're not taking into account their mindset and what they're dealing with, if you're having a person that's really dealing with something in a heavy way, and they're being consumed with this one certain thought, if you just hit them over the head with it, and they're just, they repel, that's on you. I remember that when my kids were growing up, I used to tell them the truth a lot, and I was harsh in the way I said that. And you know what? They never heard the truth. Instead, all they thought was that I was this mean person that used to say these hurtful things. And that's on me. Because sure, I could have been speaking the truth to them about what they needed to see about themselves, or what philosophy I was trying to share with them so that they could understand how the world works and how it operates. But you know what I did? Is that they completely missed the message. And that was 100% on me. Now when I talk to them, I still sometimes get caught up in myself, but this is what I think is right, or this is what I think that they need to do. And I don't necessarily allow them to come within the understanding of the truth within themselves. They say the truth sets you free. Hitting the people over the head with a book or a hammer or a thought doesn't set them free. Do you ever find anyone being hit over the head? Yes, sometimes people need to hear the hard facts. But again, it's all about the delivery. And I'm telling you, I was the queen of delivering the message in a way that was harmful. And I became a stumbling block to a lot of people because of what I said. The truth is the truth, yes. But it has to be about the delivery on what you're saying. Are you saying it in love? Are you saying it in the best way for them? What works for them? And if you're saying it in a harmless, loving way and they still react, then of course they're going to have issues with facing something within themselves that they don't want to look at. But you know that you've done your part, that you've delivered it as much as you can with love. Then you can be there for them when they react, because then you can help them with their truth and not become part of the problem. You can become part of the solution. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you have a great day. If you want to learn new and exciting ways to connect with the guru, the common guru, just check down in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Bye.